Yeah, hi. Let's coming to the next topic. He's from Ashok from Info Labs. Right. Sorry.
Huge round of applause to Bas and Rohit. Both of them are doing Rosa as part of Ramadan, who started yesterday. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
This is Ashoka. I'm having 15 plus years of experience as a database administrator. I am more into Oracle DBA. Yeah, because of so many reasons Hari and Amin and Rumi explained, right? Because of those reasons, for last 3 years, I started working on PostgreSQL also. Yeah, from last 5 years, Postgres share got increased, market share from 36% to 55%. Okay, most of the big companies like Uber, yeah, most of you know, right? ChatGPT. ChatGPT also backend database is Postgres. Yeah, it is handling 800 million users. Yeah, if it is handling 800 million users means everyone can. Okay. Yeah, it is handling 800 million users means how big, how many concurrent users it is handling. Yeah, Postgres is most advanced RDBMS technology. Okay, it is there from last 35 years, and from last 5 to 6 years, it become more. Most of the customers start using PostgreSQL from last 10 years. Okay, Postgres is one of the powerful database. Yeah, it is having all the features where commercial databases like Oracle, MS SQL, MongoDB, all other commercial databases, what are the data features they are having, same kind of features we are getting with very less cost and low cost. Okay, yeah, whenever we are doing any work or anything means we'll think like how cheap we are getting best things, like that we'll treat, right? Like what are the things we require, everything we are getting with very less cost or with no cost means that is the reason customers are moving to Postgres. Yeah, today I am my discussion is more of one of the Postgres feature, sharding. Before explaining the sharding, we need to discuss about partition. Partitioning means splitting of a table into smaller pieces. Why we need to split? If you are doing any operations on bigger table means you will get very less speed. To overcome those things, we need to split those tables into smaller pieces. Okay, by using the partitions, what we'll get is query performance will be improved, and whenever you are doing any maintenance on those tables, we can instead of delete operations always costlier. To avoid those things, instead of if you do partitioning on your tables means instead of deleting those rows, what are the unwanted partitions you have, you can drop it. Okay, another thing is like we are managing data across the regions, right? Some countries they have some governance, only their data will be only visible to local, their country only, like that. We have some restrictions on the data. Those things we can avoid by, if we create a partition on your table with region, means only those data we are able to see using these partition techniques. Another thing is like partitions, we have some limitations, like a partition we cannot scale to another database or another server. To overcome those limitations on partitions, okay, we came up with sharding concept. Sharding means splitting of data across multiple nodes. By using the sharding, we'll get a better performance, and we are using multiple servers, and we are getting more memory, more compute power we will get. Using that, our writes also increased. Using partitioning, only will get what are the queries, select queries only will get better performance. Using the sharding concept, we are using more number of resources and more number of CPUs, and we are getting extra servers also. Because of that one, writes also faster. And that information will be stored in shards. Shard means a piece of, it is a small piece. This is the Citus architecture. In Citus architecture, we have a coordinator node and worker node and shards. Coordinator node is having all the metadata information about what are the tables I am having, that information, and all the connections are coming to my coordinator node, and it will be redirecting to worker nodes to get the required data. Okay, worker node will give the required data. And suppose if I am using employee table, in employee table I have 1 lakh records, means that splitting is happened across all my worker nodes. If I have 3 worker nodes, means it is equally distributed to all my worker nodes. This worker nodes always having data only partial data. First 1000 records it will be shared in one shard, like that it will be distributed across all my shards. Whenever I run a query, what are the required data, it will be getting through the shards to the worker node. That worker node will send data to coordinator node. Coordinator node again consolidated required output, and it again sent back to the application. Like that it will work. We are discussing about use case of ChatGPT, right? In ChatGPT, they are handling 800 million users. They have some assumptions how to handle these 800 million users. It is a big challenge to OpenAI and ChatGPT, and they are discussing with their scientists and PhD scholars to what is the solution to handle this 800 million users. Like that, they conducted some session, and their R&D team, and they came up with some solution. Initially, they are having one primary and a few read replicas. Okay, to next they are planning to move to what are the concept? Already we discussed, right? Sharding concept. They are planning to move to sharding concept. Before that, they are thinking like, is there any other options to with the same resources we can our application will work. What are the things we can reduce like that? They think, and they came up with some solution like, first they are planning to optimize, and later distribute later, and measure everything like that. They came up with some concept. What they did is, instead of directly, if they want to go for a sharding concept, means they want to increase number of resources. It is a costlier operation. To avoid those things, what they did is, they came up with, instead of going for sharding concept, they increased most of the times, whenever you are querying ChatGPT, same content, suppose if you want some data, like, if you are querying something, you are querying like, what is the Postgres, we are talking about Postgres sharding concept. What are the advantages of Postgres sharding? What is that? How to implement Postgres sharding, like that we are searching, right? What are the result it is giving? Again, we redefine. Again, we'll review that output, and if you want a more defined, if you are not satisfied with what is the result it is giving, again you will change your keywords, and again you will do the same thing. That time, what it will do, instead of only it will search what is the content already it is provided, it will redefine that thing. Instead of going for writes, it will only read the data. Okay, same thing they think, and most of the times it will go for reads only, right? That is the reason that thing they observed, and they increased read replicas. Okay, they increased read replicas from 50 replicas, so they increased. Writer instance, they only keep one, and they used PG bouncers to use the connection pooling. What are the connections it is coming from the application? They redirecting to what are the read connections it is coming. They will send to read replicas instead of write. This is the architecture they used. Okay, they are using read replicas for load balancing. Okay, what are the connections they are coming to? Primary is only writer things. Okay, what are the connections? What are the read connections they are getting? They are redirected to read replicas. They are keeping reads to replicas, keep primary focused on writes, eliminates the redundant writes. Writes are bounded and protected with write path. I'm done. Any questions?